Woo-wee. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this afternoon, this Sunday afternoon, beautiful day. Today we had a tornado and uh, a storm here in Missouri today. And I had my sliding door open wide, letting all that fresh air and letting the wind have its way. And let me tell you, I really, really embrace uh, all weather. And in the midst of it, I was wondering, is this of you, Father, or being so they said that they know they have the tools to tamper with the weather, but this one here was lightning and thundering and everything, and I got so relaxed, and I did a whole book to my daughter, and it's how many pages? So if I was to write a book on this would just probably be no more than 20 pages, but still, I was typing it to my daughter, and I decided to uh, jump on here and do. I'm keep looking that way. I need to stop. I got my little thing here, but I keep looking that way because I got the door wide open. Uh, uh, um, but I've had it like that since what? Probably eight, eight, almost 8 a.m. this morning. So I'm gonna leave it open. But what I'm going to do, I'm gonna speak on a very heavy topic, and this topic is pretty heavy, y'all. I spoke on it several times, and I think it's a long overdue. I think it's something that need to be spoken on in this day and time. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. And as time go on, you guys, I'm starting to really feel this thing that the Father have said unto me, Deborah, these things need be, and that you are now here just to bring light out of the midst of darkness. And with that being said, it's also for those who are in the light that they too may take heed to what Yah is pouring out into Sister Deborah, and they are his servant as well, and they pour out and they pour out. Like I say, Sister Deborah don't know if she's going to uh, be living during the time of Mount Zion, but we that are in the body of Christ, we are one in all things. See, a lot of people think you're one, you're supposed to be one in only one thing. No, no, that's why you know who's who and what's what. You know who's in the body and who's not. Okay. So with that being said, by me knowing that you just bring the light out of the midst of darkness, and those that have the same mission, they too knows that their responsibility is to take even what they hear and to teach it and preach it. But there's the Holy Spirit that lives in them that will give them confirmation in everything that I speak it. The Holy Spirit will give them the confirmation to continue the race. Okay, because the race is never over until he say that it's over. Because as he dealt with me today, even in through the water, he was explaining to me it's not over until I say that it's over. That means that I must continue the journey in bringing light out of the midst of darkness. No, even if I have to be the only one, he wants me to know, still yet and all, bring that light out of darkness. And that what that light is, one of the main thing is truth. It is truth. And he said some things to me today that I just was like, oh my Father, That kind of went deep, and it went so deep till it made me sadden. It really did. It made me sadden in the spirit to where it just poured out in my flesh. And I said, no, I'm gonna do a video. Let me kind of clean up everything that I've done. And as I was in the water washing dishes, just doing all kind of things, but especially in the water, he began to say a lot of things to me, and I would run around to the other side of the table and write everything down. And paper was wet, counter was wet, and I was just taking in everything that the Holy Spirit was saying because it was so potent to me. And I realized that all that time I was speaking to my daughter in words in this book, I realized that it was the Spirit that was totally leading me through the words in which I was saying unto my daughter. And it felt so good just sitting here writing this book to my youngest daughter. And the words I was saying, I even had to go over it because I was like, am I saying this? But I had to grip that the Holy Spirit that's in you, he's present in you for a reason. Okay. He don't want to be in you and not want you to be or teach the best that you know how or speak. Where the reason why I say that, because see, a lot of people didn't know that Yeshua had said that when the Holy Spirit come, all the things that it was going to pour out was the Spirit, and then it was going to come with the power, and that it would teach you all things. Some people thinking that he can only teach certain things in spirit and truth. No, all things mean all things. He is the creator of the things that are natural as well as the spirit. So it's no way he's just going to be able to teach you only the things in the spirit. No, that's where he come to you in an intimate way to teach you the deep things of the spirit. But on the overall, he teaches you the things that's in the spirit that created all things that's in the natural. And that's why I say it is a sad thing today that truth is an enemy to those that are in this world. Truth is an enemy that many will not hold firm to. And it's okay, you guys. It's okay, because it is only for individuals. The individuals that truth is only for them to come to the knowledge of, are the ones that he have already branded to, and this is why you have so many people going to and fro. Before I got on live, I thought about, I think it was a prophet, a female king or whatever was running around having them to kill all the prophets. And this particular individual was a prophet, and he was hiding up in the cage. He was actually hiding because she had put a hit on all the prophets to be killed. So he was hiding. Now just imagine, you are a prophet of the Most High Yah, and you're out there hiding. Now you're representing the Creator who knows all things and know this individual who put this hit out, but yet you are hiding because she put a hit out to do away with all the prophets. So he didn't want, and he was afraid. And the Father visited him and told, in a sense, wait a minute, hold up. No. You can't do this. She can't kill all the prophets. Okay, all these different calls. Oh no. I don't know who that could be. They just, ever since I've been on here, the phone been ringing, and I'm trying to get, why are all these calls coming in like this? This one's from New Jersey. I don't know what they coming from. I mean, I don't understand it. But he was hiding, and he was one of Yah's faithful prophets. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I thought about him today, because I asked the Father, what must we do for what you have instilled in us, and how you live in us, and how you teach us, and how you reveal things to us? What must we do with all of this? Should we just run and hide and and go off to ourselves in a little cage somewhere. And that's when he brought me up the prophet that was hiding. And he told him that he has many of prophets. She ain't killing the real prophets, most likely, because he said, I got many left. She ain't killed. She don't have that type of power to kill what belonged to me. But just imagine the Yah's prophet, he was hiding, thinking that she was going to he was going to be killed. But I thought of that when I was sitting here, not saying that I thought I would be killed or anything. I'm just saying all that he keep instilling in me, and because of what he has allowed me to know, that's rest in spirit and truth, should I just shut down, hide off, and just get up in the corner and just listen to him and just take what he gives me and go on my way? That's what I was really asking the Most High, sitting right here. I mean, what must you do with the fact that truth is an enemy to those in this world? Not just the world itself, but those who say that they represent the Creator. Truth is an enemy to them because they take truth not at face value. They limit truth to the point of what they're willing to accept, what they're willing to believe, what they're willing to receive. That's how they see truth. You see, and that's not truth. Okay, so I sat here, and then the Father told me about the example of an individual who had put a hit on all the prophets, and he gave me that example. And in a sense, what are you running for? Why would you want to escape the mission I have invested in you, Deborah? Why? Why would you want to escape what I have invested in you? Why not escape the world and all their ways and everything that's going on, or everybody else? But you can't escape, because what I have put in you, it is totally invested from the kingdom. So he was just telling me, you can't, you got that, you're thinking like that prophet. And no, I wouldn't want to come nowhere near that, but I'm glad that he gave me that example that I have and I've known about. I have read about, just put it like that. But he was showing me that, well, for what? Let the world see truth as an enemy. Because truly, Deborah, truth is the, Deborah, enemy of this world. And I was like, that's my title then, Father. So that's what we're going to talk about today. That is the title of this message. Truth is the enemy of this world. You see? So I want to say this first and foremost. There are some things taking place that I just want to kind of put out there. And I know you all have heard of a shooter that was said to have went after something that Trump was having a few days ago. Trust me, you all, that was just another deception. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it was. It's really nothing. And that's what they're going to, and how they're going to destroy from within this country. Many are going to be destroyed from within. Okay. And that's how successful they're going to be, destroying individuals in this country. They have to first know that they got full control over your thought patterns, over your turn on and turn off switch. They know they got all the platforms, y'all. Ain't nobody gonna tell me they ain't got all the platforms. They got it. They got all the platforms there are in this country. They got it. You know what I mean? What do you mean they got it? They got it in full control. They can turn you off and they can turn you on. That's why truth is the enemy to this world. Because it's the least and the less individuals want to detach to or have a connection to. That's just it. This is going to be what you call a very, very powerful message. Oh, yes. This is one that was given to me by the Ruach HaKodesh. This is him all up in it and out of it and around it, on top of it and under it. This message is a message to many. Okay. So this shooting that they had regarding Trump, that's how they're going to win the people over. Matter of fact, that's how they won them over. All they have to use is the media, the television, the computer, your laptop, your computer, your phone, your internet. They got you. They can just say one thing and you locked. That's the power. So when people talk about AI and they talk about the digital, the Most High want me to let you know they don't even have to have AI. They don't even have to have the digital. They got you. They got you already. And with that being said, he wants me to say this. That's why this topic he gave me. Truth is the enemy of this world. Because it's nothing you can give people. It's nothing you can share with them. It's nothing you can break down. It's nothing you can break up that's going to change what the Father has already said. It is finished and done. It's a done deal. Okay? This country is going to, and I stop saying going, I already let them know it's already taking place. It is fully destroyed already. It is totally destroyed. Because once you take truth out of it, and as the Father has said, truth is the enemy to this world. And in this country, once you take truth out, what do you have left? No one can tell nobody anything. Because if truth don't override evil and wicked and unrighteous, unjust, then what is there that can defeat unrighteous, wicked, lies, evil? Nothing. So that's what the Father's saying. I see where you're going with this, Most High, y'all. Truth is an enemy to this old world. So if you're sitting around thinking you're outbeating the Most High Yah with the lies and the manipulation, you see, with the wicked and the evil, you're not. He wants his servant to tell the world today. Do you think he really wants the world to know to where they can get out of it? No. Did he do that with Noah? Noah went telling them people all them years. How many came out? That's the key to what I'm trying to get you to see. That shows you it ain't about you pulling up and getting right. You can't get right. You can't change, you guys. Repentance is only for those who are already spiritual seeds. He wants them to continue to repent for their sin that they continue to do. You see? But if you're looking for the world who don't have truth, who don't want truth and wants to live the lie, it ain't nothing left for you, baby. He said it's over. Okay? It's over. Okay? You can't even repent yourself away. Okay? Or out of what he's talking about. Truth is an enemy to this world. Okay? So I wanted to put Donald Trump's situation up there because that is to me, not so much as to you, a sign of how easy it's going to be for the darkness to overtake a country and bring them down. Okay? I mean, like straight down. If you could picture a plane that's holding 160 people in a plane, and they're up as high, and they ain't even at their destination to start lowering the nose, but yet they so high, but here they come down just like this, straight to the earth. They're not at their destination, they just coming down. When the Father wants you to know, that's how this country is coming down. Okay, I know many people think that no, it can't do that. I'm here. He got to come get me. I'm going to Mount Zion. What are you talking about? I am a living witness as a prophet, not a dead one. I'm taught from the wilderness level. That means I have nothing to lose. Okay, nor nothing to gain in this world, because what I have gained I gained it elsewhere. Okay, and I will say to you all that as he's showing you the plane, showing me the plane head down to the earth, know that that's how this country is set up to be destroyed. He's allowing the country elites that has ruled this country from the inside and the elites on the outside that rules the four corners are ruling them, and they are setting it up for you in this country. Okay, so as I write my little book to my daughter, I say unto you, the Ruach was helping me to write to her. So I'm so grateful that he give me this awesome message to give unto you. Go on, keep playing. Go on, go to the park and go on, play. Okay? But that plane that's so far up above the sky, it's coming down, but it's coming straight down to the earth. And when it hit, do you think that it's going to be anyone that will survive such a horrible situation? No. But it wouldn't be nobody that would be fought or be held accountable, because all the warnings has already been shut down. The trumpet has been blown. The warnings have been spoken. The servants have spoke, and cause the people are not moved. Guess what y'all say? Truth is the enemy to this world. No one wants you to talk about truth. They don't care what you talk about. They don't want to hear truth. They don't want to know truth. They don't want to walk in truth. They don't want to talk in truth. They just want to be right where they at. They want to be right where they at and feel comfortable in their own self-truth. And Yah say, so shall it be. Now, another thing I want to talk about is your gifts. Heavens has poured out gifts, okay, onto the earth, not the earth, individuals. Yah has poured out a measure of gifts onto the people. And I myself is going to talk about a gift that I have that I did not say that I asked for. I didn't sign up for it. I have even at times battled such a awesome, great gift. And this, if we all is about the spiritual seed, can really talk about the spiritual gifts or gift. It don't have to be many that Yah has instilled in us. And you know what a problem is at? It's exactly what the Father gave me this wonderful title. The truth is an enemy to this world. And no one wants to talk about, Deborah, gifts from the Most High Yah. We could care less what gift he given. We don't use them no way. We don't have them. We can't represent it. We can't even discern if we have them. You know why? Because you ain't been given any. Okay, that's the reason why. The reason why you cannot discern if you have gifts from the Most High, the gifts from heaven, is because you really don't. And because you really don't have the gifts, you really can't say what gifts you have. So it all makes sense. But going back to the topic in which the Holy Spirit gave me, it's because truth is the enemy to this world. This world won't no part in even understanding the truth of the matter that Yah has ushered gifts to many of his servants. You see? And even of his servants, they are getting so comfortable in darkness of this world to where they won't even, they don't even have no idea if they even have a gift. They're not concerned because they're getting caught up with the world. And what I believe also is that Yah himself will give you the tools that you need to make sure you can glorify him with them. And if you choose to get down here and you love the way you can glorify the darkness in the ways of the darkness, truly I can see one getting blotted out. I can truly see someone getting blotted out because there's too many things that's being said that how they had, but they lost, or they had and they have not, and it was taken that which they were given. So I'm like saying, wait a minute now, hold up. So see, you can have gifts, but Yah can take them from you too, because he knows you ain't doing nothing with them no way. To what? To represent him, nor to glorify him. Let's get to the core of where I'm coming from with the gifts. If one has gifts, can you identify your gifts? I have a gift that I can truly say, if he were to take me out and put me down for sleep, mean die, I can truly say it was an awesome gift. It was a powerful gift. It was a gift I couldn't control. It was a gift I never knew the power of it. And it's just too powerful, y'all. The gift is too powerful. And it's such a powerful gift to where I, in the flesh, don't know how to swing it. Truly. So when I talk about me as a little girl, I even can go back to even remembering how this gift was even back then. I didn't know how to use this gift then, and I don't know how to use it now. I spoke to you all yesterday about how as a young girl, I'm talking about like 6 and 7, I used to go down in the basement and I used to talk to the Most High. But I didn't talk to the Most High like most people would talk to him. I talked to him like he was real. And guess what? I talked to him like he was all power. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I talked to him like he was, like everybody called it, the Most High. I really, as a young child, saw him like that. But there were times where things were happening to me, and I could not, as a young girl, understand why people were lying on me. And I didn't know how to get out of it, y'all. I didn't know how to react to it. It was so overwhelmed to where whammy. I mean, it was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know at 6 and 7 and 8 how to get out of this situation. So while in it, I knew that it was a lie, y'all. I knew it was a lie. And throughout my young age, I knew lies for what it was. And I knew it was a lie, but I didn't know how to get out of it. So what did I do? I knew who I can touch base with. Praise the mighty Yah. As a child, I knew if I can get to that basement, I'm going to go off on him. That's what I do. That's what I used to do. Did I do it often? No. I can probably count on one hand how many times I did it. But I'm just trying to show you how I was as a young girl, even with the gift that I had, you know, and because it right now, I can see how easy it was for me, myself, as an individual to be lied on. And that's why it takes somebody like me to teach this message. This is a very powerful message. And going down in that basement, I remember telling him that you letting them lie on me. You know they lying. That's how I used to talk to them. You know they lying. And you letting them lie on me. That's what I used to do when I go down in the basement. If I had to go down in the basement, it was always, I'm going down there because I'm mad. And who I'm mad at? At that time, I called him God. Because you knew that I didn't do that. You know that they lying on me. And you let them get away with it. Oh, man. Woo! I told y'all, when I had to go to that level, he pull up. It's like he comes off the throne, y'all. It's like he come out of nowhere off the throne. Wait a minute. This is ever since I was a little girl. A little girl. You know, and that's what I used the basement for. Is when I was so angry with this creator that I knew had all this power. I knew he exists. I knew he was the most of anything. I would go down in that basement and I would say, you letting them do this to me. You letting them get away with it. I remember one time I told him about how you are allowing the devil to torment me. Oh, yes, y'all. Yes, I did. I told the Most High, you are allowing the devil to torment me. You are allowing him to do it. That's what I told him. And you are wrong. Oh, I was young, a little silly girl, but I knew I trust in the Most High, y'all. I knew he was real, y'all. And I would go down there and I would tell him stuff like that. And when I went to telling him about how he just standing around letting the devil torment me, which he really was, to the point where as I had gotten up into my teenage years, I used to wonder, was that a voodoo spell or what was it? But I knew it exists, y'all. They've been lying on me since I was a little girl, you see? And I'm going to tell you why. Because I was already marked, you guys. So it was almost like the Father was letting darkness do whatever it wanted to me, because darkness even knew that I was something to the Father. And I would go down there and ask him, why are you letting them do this to me? Why are you letting the devil torment me? And y'all, I went down there so many times on that part. Went down there many times till he began to show me a dark space. And in that dark space was this face that was gray. And in that dark space, it was this fire, okay? And in that ugly thing that was gray, he had in his hand a little doll. A little, not like a doll, but like something maybe it had made. You know what I'm saying? And it began to poke me with a needle. With a needle. I'm kid you not. Poke me with a needle. Now, this was after I confronted the Most High. I said, See how the wisdom that he had in me as a child to know that this wasn't normal. This wasn't normal. And I was able to understand the Father to the point where I knew that there was a good and an evil. And you are the good. You letting that evil do that to me. That was always my communication with him as a child. You letting them do this. You standing around and you're actually letting them conduct this way toward me. So when he revealed this thing to me, it have been with me. He revealed it to me several times when I was a young girl, and it has stuck with me. But once he revealed it to me, guess what? The enemy didn't have me in torment. He wasn't like that needle he was sticking me with. Yes, he was doing that, y'all. And it was my hands, you know, and I could feel it, you guys. And I was telling the Father, you're letting him do this to me. You know the evil one doing it. I used to be cutting up down in that basement talking to the Creator. Now, for me to have known that I had someone I can talk to regarding all of this, somewhere along the line, I haven't had a connection with the Most High God. You get what I'm saying? So what happened was, once he revealed that thing to me twice, guess what, y'all? When I became an adult and I had like 3 children, and I began to minister to people, strangers that come to me and talk to me, They began to tell me about that same ugly, gray face, monster looking thing that the Father revealed to me when I was 7 or 8 years old. They began to tell me how he revealed it to them. I was like, they said, I can tell you what it looked like, Miss Deborah. I can tell you. 2 women, but they were older. They were elderly. When they said that to me, I knew then it was real. So what happened? As time went on, and my son was in his room and he had taken his life. I remember while he was in the hospital, I went back to that room and I said, take me there. I asked the Father, I said, if you could just take me to where he went, I like to go. Sister Deborah, don't look. I told the Father, I'm going to sit on his bed and I would like you to take me there. He didn't just take me directly there, but this is what he did. He allowed me to sit on that bed, and all of a sudden, it was like a big, heavy wind came, and you can hear the water. It was like rivers of water, and it just came to, and it just went over me. The wind, the water, the sound of it. And at that moment, it went to telling me about footprints in the sand. He said, do you really think it's you holding yourself up? Father spoke to me just like that. He said, ain't you? He said, you told those people in that hospital that you got faith. And that's why you are held up, because you got faith. You know what he told me? In that process of that wind blowing in the way, he said, no, it was me holding you up. Okay? It was me holding you up. Always remember that. It ain't you holding yourself up or what you say faith is. It was me holding you up. That's why you held up. Oh, he shot into me. And guess what? Once he said that, that wind came again. Now, I wasn't in myself, y'all. That wind and that wave came again and voom, over in the corner where my son was hanging. When he hung himself, there was a big gray face. And guess what? The same face that was in my 6 or 7 year old age when the Father revealed darkness, evil to me. And he allowed me to see that face. That was the same face over in the corner of my son's bed where he hung himself. Now watch this. And this face, when the Father revealed it to me, and what he did is he took me where I wanted to go. You want to go? But let me straighten up some things. And then he took me there, and he allowed me to see this big old gray face in that corner. Ooh, it was a big old gray face. And he was just laughing, y'all. He was laughing himself silly. He was just laughing and laughing. And then all of a sudden he stopped laughing. Then he got mad. And real mad. And everything disappeared. And the Holy Spirit began to speak to me from within. He said he got disappointed. He thought he had your son. He thought your son jumped off the mountain. That's what he told me that's what you call a mountain, Deborah. Satan is going to call many people to jump off the mountain. Oh, yes. He's going to call many to go to the mountain. And the mountain is a mountain of suicide. And that's why many people say, I thought of it, and I have thought of it before. I have thought, because he wanted me to understand that was the whole purpose of Yeshua HaMashiach, Yeshua going to the mountaintop. It was a form of suicide. Satan was trying to get him to come down, jump off, okay, or leap off, whatever you want. So he was saying with my son, sis, the laugh and the reason why this great thing, this ugly face was so, oh, y'all, his laugh was so ugly. And the reason why he was laughing, the Father says, because he thought he had him. He said he was laughing because when your son jumped off that mountain, Deborah, this is what he told me. He said he was laughing because he thought he had him. He didn't know I was at the bottom of that mountain. And I called him. Oh, praise the mighty Yah. So he was showing me the example. He took me all the way there. And he showed me how happy this big old monster, this gray-haired man, it wasn't a man, it was a monster-looking thing. And he was laughing because he finally pushed my son off the mountain. And the father said, do you know why he stopped laughing and was mad? Because he didn't know I was at the bottom of that mountain. And I called him. So that's why he started looking mad and angry, because he didn't like the idea. He thought he had that young man. But see, what a lot of people didn't understand, he having that young man would have been the second attempt on that same young man, because the first attempt on his very living was the day I birthed him. The doctor tore his head up from the floor. I mean, to where the doctors, the pediatricians at their children's hospital, and the nurses, they were so angry with me because they wanted me to sue the hospital and the doctor. That doctor tore up that my oldest son head like crazy. He had blood on the brain, swollen head. I mean, he just had so many things going on, but I didn't. And that's what they were mad at me about. Even during that time, I think about, I ain't gonna go into that part because I want to be about what the Father is doing with this message. But I'm bringing this message to you because I brought that in because I wanted to show you, or to bring into you, how Yah is truth, and truth is what rests in you. And long as you are living in this old living, and you can recognize truth, you're okay. You're going to be okay. But what has happened, people didn't recognize that truth came with them. And they took on the opposite of it. Even to this very day, they took on the opposite of truth. So the Father wants me to bring forth this truth is an enemy to those that are in the world. A lot of people proclaim that they are in the truth, they walking in the truth, they are for the truth. And I'm so grateful that the Father said, Deborah, I already know who's who and what's what. So they can fool us as individuals in this world. But a Most High Yah, he can't be fooled. So he want me to talk about truth. And this truth, before I was talking about the gifts. So that's what I was took you into another area, because I was talking about the gift that the Father give you. And I was explaining to you all the gift that I have been given. I have not met. Oh, I have, but they've been in the world. I'm gonna be honest. There are individuals who have gone into the world with this type of gift. But because I don't know how to use it in the way of spiritual, it becomes a battle with me. And the gift is so powerful, I would even wonder, what do you want me to do with that? Father Yah, come on now. What you want me to do with that? What I'm supposed to do with that? You see, that's how I feel, even to this day, about the gift that he has poured out, this particular gift. And I'm going to discuss it, and I'm going to continue in it, because I'm going to wait for a moment and bring it up again. Maybe some of you all can say what gift you have, that you know that you have from Yah. Not that you walk around here claiming with your mouth that you have, because what did he say? Truth is the enemy that's in this world. Truth is an enemy to this world. That means people want to go by the lie. They don't go by the truth. They go by the lie. That's more comfortable for them. So I wanted to bring that up. And he also, he spoke to me on that level of the truth. And and just wanting me, and I'm going to bring up your gifts again. But I want to let you know that but the truth is actually saying, which is the Father, which he has given every individual on this earth a portion of the truth. And what he's saying is the people have denied the truth. Let me go to Romans chapter 1, just to give you a little idea of what the Father is doing right now in this message. Let me give you Romans chapter 1, just to give you and I should hit the other verses. Let me just. Okay, in Romans chapter 1 and verse 18, it says, the wrath of Yah is revealed from heavens against all ungodly and unrighteousness. Why is it revealed? Why is his wrath revealed? See, y'all thinking people don't know that they are liars and they are not who they claim to be. They know. They just so used to all of these years Yah has given them to live. They still living in their life. They still living their life. And this is what he said. Now listen to this. In Romans chapter 1 and verse 18, for the wrath of Yah, this is Paul saying it. For the wrath of Yah is revealed. How is Yah's wrath revealed? From heavens, Deborah, for what? Against the ungodliness, watch this here, and unrighteousness of men. Watch this here. Who hold, you hear that? They hold truth. How do they hold it? In unrighteousness. They hold truth in unrighteousness. So you see, that truth was given to all of us. A portion of truth was given unto all of us. But it's what we do with it. So that's why he say in this end day, the worstest time ever, truth is an enemy to a world who what? Who holds truth, Deborah, under unrighteousness. So he was saying that is some sort a battle. So when you look at the war between Iran and Israel and the United States, y'all say, look at the fools looking at that as something. But they have no idea the worstest war is the war that you hold truth under unrighteousness. Now, this is what he's saying. Listen to this again. Just listen to what it says. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from where? Heavens. It ain't me revealing it. It ain't somebody on the earth revealing it. It's the wrath of Yah is revealed, and it is revealed against someone. Who? Ungodliness, Deborah. The ones that's walking down here, that's ungodly, and those who are walking down here, unrighteousness. But watch what he say. Of men. See how men then stole everything and they think they still in order, and they trying to put some stroll information and it telling on them. He telling you it's revealed in men. M-E-N, not M-A-N. And then he says, who hold truth in unrighteousness. You see? So it ain't that truth is not down here. Just imagine if all of us got a portion of truth. Why are we living the lie? Why are we preferring to be an enemy of the truth that we don't want to own? So we make the truth a lie. Yes. And that's what people are doing today. They make truth a lie so they can live their life. And how are they doing it? He said under unrighteousness. That's how they doing it, Deborah, since you want to know. Now watch this here. Because that which may be known of Yah, he said, is manifested in them. For Yah has shown it unto them. It's already in there. So we came down here with truth. Let's go. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 22. In Genesis chapter 22, no, it ain't chapter 22. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 22. In Genesis chapter 3 and verse 22. Here is the example of my there. Here is the example of showing you exactly what he mean in Romans chapter 1, verse which one? 18. Showing you how they hold in truth under unrighteousness and ungodliness. And they walking around here making that right and making truth the lie. Listen to this. Verse 22. And Yah said, behold, man is become as one of us to know good and evil. To know good and evil. So we have to understand what Adam had what when he came down? Good. He had truth in him all the time. But you see how easy it was for him to take death, the lie, the liar, over that which was strictly good, which is the truth. He went and took on that which was ungodly, unrighteous, over that which was in him already, which was truth, which is good. So he said now he become like one of us, knowing. And what knowing mean is now they have the knowledge of the both. What do you mean having the knowledge? Didn't he have the knowledge of good? He didn't have good. Good wasn't there for him to compare it to anything. He just had it, which was truth. It was already in him. But how did it come to the knowledge is when he took evil and bowed down to it. Now he knows that there was more than just good, which is truth. There is also evil. You see? So if you stand your tail around here and think that God is such a foolish creator, he don't know who you are. Sit down. Because he does. Because I was telling someone last week, it's no way I would want to live in this world thinking that I'm pulling the wool over the creator's eyes just to live the lie amongst others. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to give that type of glory to the flesh of people and be the lie to my Father. No way in the world. Okay, so here he says in Genesis chapter 3 and verse 22, and Yah said, behold, man is become as one of us to know good and evil. Just letting you know, now he has the knowledge of the both. At one time, he only had good, because that was the truth that was in him. Okay? But now he took the tree that leads to death of evil, and he took it and selected that. Guess what happened? Now he still has good. He still have the knowledge of good and evil in him. So what was added to him? Evil. Now he knows there are two. Now he knows in him there's two. Okay. Now it says, and now lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Now, when it's telling you the tree of life, I don't like to use the word life anymore. I like to use the tree of eternal. Okay, because when you turn life around, it means evil. Okay, so I like to use the tree of eternal and eat it. So when you taking it in to where you're eating it, you bringing it into your inner man. You see what I'm saying? And live forever. You get what I'm saying? So this is an example of how truth came with us. But we are revealing which side we on when we show up and show out as a liar, and all the things that represent darkness shows that there's no truth in us. So we can fool the world all we want, but that's the last. Let me tell y'all why I said that that would be the last thing I would want to do is to think that I can pull the wool over the Father's eyes and be the greatest liar in the world and think that that's the route of righteous. You know why? It's because y'all measure that heart of a man. And see, that heart has that truth in it. And he knows that, are you practicing that truth? I already know if you are or not. So that's why he tell us, he measure a man's heart, because he knows if that truth been used, or is that truth been used as unrighteous, ungodly. He already know. So I wouldn't be down on this earth, especially these elderly people. Y'all need to get y'all tail somewhere and sit down and stop lying. Y'all better stop that mess. Y'all too close to the end to be still on this earth thinking. So many people that had so many sickness and illness, so many things that's raining in their body, and they still won't come to truth about nothing. They still won't own truth. It's to me, like I said, they come here a lie and they gonna die a lie. That's just it. Okay, so I like this here in Genesis because it allows you to understand Romans chapter 1, verse 18, how truth came and how the lie has gotten victory since the Garden of Eden. And that's what people prefer even to this very day. Y'all don't think that's a long time? That's what you call a hell of a long time for people to still be walking in the lies. But they come here to serve the father of lies. And they feel good about it. And just imagine being able to lay down and wake up. Anytime people can lay down and wake up like normal and, hey, I'm this and I'm that, I know I'm this. Those are very sick people. Those are people who they have manipulated their own flesh mind. That everything about them is light, and there is no darkness. They won't even, judge themselves daily. They won't do nothing nowhere near that, because to them, they are already in the kingdom. You can't tell them nothing. And they have no idea that y'all got them numbered. People are better off with knowing the lies than the truth. That is so true. People are better off knowing the lie than the truth. Why? Because the lie is what they live on. The lie is what they should die on. So they're better off living that which they live, and they're gonna die on. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I feel that the Spirit is leading me to talk about, to speak on. See, this is where you know that a lot of people are evil sickness. Because what people are looking for is the day of Yah bringing a people out. People thinking they're going to reach that time period where when Yah come, truly he come to get me. Sick. And these people also have mental issues, because when you think that you are going to back up your whole living with a mindset, when he come, I know I'm going to be on that ship, or I know I'm going out. I know I'm going when he come to get us. I know, because I'm a Judah. Oh, I'm Israel. I'm this. I'm that. That's some sick minds. People are very sick. That's why truth is an enemy to the world, because it's an enemy to you, because you believe your own lie. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because it was brought to me in the water. It says, Many people think that the transition from Judah and the four corners of Israel leaving out of here, they're betting themselves on that and that alone. That's why they don't see anything godliness, nothing holy, nothing righteous, nothing just, nothing upright. They full of pride, greed, self-centered, ego, and they sitting back in a sense almost and paid for their one-way ticket to Mount Zion from their spirit. For real. He said they think they're waiting. So this is where you know that mental is really there, because they looking at that and saying, I'm just waiting for that. I know I'm going. And they are so assured. You know what that does? That has no respect. That shows people don't have no respect for the Most High God. Because they think that no matter what don't go on, I'm going. Because I'm this. That's just like the Hebrew Israelite people. Oh, we going because we Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All the wrong reason. When he was telling me today, even the elders, they really think they're going to live to travel that journey. What did I tell y'all? And I've been telling y'all that all my time on this devil platform. Live or die. It don't matter. Live or die. It don't matter. I see whoever on the other side. I am not going to now you'll hear me say, yeah, and when he come to get us, it's just because that's what he wants us to know, that he is coming to claim what he said he gonna come to claim. But that don't mean I'm gonna live to see that day. You see, I can't just look at today and say, I'm holding on to my spiritual ticket. I know I'm going. I know I'm getting there. I'm so righteous, so holy, so upright, so just, and have nothing. Nothing about you. That's a very mental individuals. Nothing. And he's saying to me that that's what many are riding on. So they continue in their ungodliness, their unrighteousness, and they just hold it on the fact that they are Israel and Judah, and he coming for me, and I'm going to be ready. They don't care if there's truth that rests therein. They don't give a rat's behind about the truth. They don't give a rat's behind about holy. They don't give a rat's behind about the Most High and who he is, what he stands for, his glory, his honor, his praise. They don't care about no repentance. They just assure, as all the Hebrew Israelites, that we're going to the promised land. And I'm sitting back watching y'all suffer many to be deleted. Could you say that man who killed all those children, who shot both women, and he got shot? I'm sure that's many gone. That's in one day, 1 hour, 1 second. 8, 9 cease. 9 that could have been on that trip to Mount Zion. Check. He wants you to know. Play with him if you want. Because that's the mindset of people. They think they can overthink him. But he wants you to know. Truth is an enemy to this world. And that's why people believe the lie. They don't want you to tell them nothing that has to do with truth. They don't want you to preach to them about truth. They don't want you to minister to them about truth. They don't even want you to open up the book that's going to whoop their tail about truth. They don't want none of it. But they are all ready to go to Mount Zion. All ready. and they live the lie in plain view. It's just amazing. So when he's saying to me, Deborah, truth is an enemy to this world, do y'all know what that means? You really don't, do you? It ain't meant for you too. You really don't, because it don't make it ain't gonna do nothing for you no way. Because in your little self-own understanding, you there already. And I cannot assure no one that I'm there already. No. Like I said, I'll see y'all on the other side. Because everybody thinking he's going to rumble and get them out of here in time. And they are showing so much sickness and illness and wicked and evil and hate and jealousy, pride and ego and self-centered and greed is the top on top. But yet, when he come, he better come get me. I know I'm entitled to go. Those are the ones that's going to be left, and they have no idea. See, they thinking they're going to be going. When Sister Deborah say left, you're going to die before time. So not only would you might get left before you might die before the time, but guess what? You might even find yourself in the lake of fire. Written. You see? Don't play with him. He's not one to be played with. Where we can tell him how it is, the way it got to go, and the way it got to be. We got so much in our flesh. I was writing my daughter this book, and I was telling her the flesh is our greatest enemy. And want me to tell y'all what the flesh uses? That one of the most powerful tools of the flesh. One would think it would be the strength, the mental state of mind, the heart. But you know what? This I can't say this is the greatest, but it is one of the most powerful tools in that flesh is emotions and feelings. It'll whoop your tail all day long on decisions you want to make, ideas you might want to have, understanding you might can stand on. It'll whoop your tails with your lies. It'll whoop your tails with your truth. That feeling and emotion to have you in a roller coaster. That's how people get depressed. That's how people get stressed, because that tool called emotions and feelings, that's an enemy to the spirit of who you are. Because people uses it. They use it to think. They use it to eat. They use it to speak. They use it for everything to alternate their flesh. And it gets them in trouble every time. Okay? So another question that the father, not question, but he said to me, he said, how must one survive, Deborah? I said, I don't know. You give me that answer. I was in the water. I don't know. You give me that answer. You know why I said that, y'all? Because even the gift alone, it brings me to a level of what he's saying. How can you survive? If you think 6 and 7 years old to now, I can't be nothing but a winner. Because that's how long I survived it. You see? When you deal with real truth, how must one survive? When you have taken on this idea that, hey, wait a minute, truth might be resting in me. How must you survive? How must one survive with understanding that truth really rests within you? It came with you. So you will have something to go on. And you know what? I'm going to tell you the danger of it. It's like he gave you something so you won't have no excuse. With this one received this and I didn't. Even though he got you written, he still gave you something that you won't have no excuse. Ooh, Father, I don't know who could have thought of that. How is it that you would have the Lamb Book of Life and the book to the lake of fire, but give every human being truth? You want me to tell you what he's saying to my mind now? It's because if I give them my breath, Deborah, and I give them an image like unto me, truth comes with me. So they sitting here riding on my breath, but then they don't have my truth. No, everybody gets my truth. And that's why you run up in Romans chapter 1 and verse 18. He said his wrath is against those. Why? Because they sitting here under unrighteous and ungodly Deborah. They're holding truth. That's how they got it. They're holding truth. But the truth is sitting there being the enemy to each and every last one of individuals. And they don't have no problem with it. Because they're in full denial. Because the lie feels so good. The wicked and evil and iniquity feels so good to them in their flesh that they don't want no part in godliness, righteousness, spiritual, holiness. They don't want none of that. So what? Truth is in us. We don't want none of it. We didn't ask him to give it to us. That's why truth still is there. That's why truth is still there. Let's go back there. Look at here. Look at all you have to do is understand the simple things. Why would he even measure individual, as Paul was saying, by this if it ain't in you? Okay. Now he's saying that who holds the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of Yah is manifested in them. That's true. And that's all because that's how just, that's how righteous he is. That's why. And it says, who must survive? Who must survive in this world? Who must survive? Those who are strong with Yah in them. They can't be strong on their own. It's Yah in them. They're the survivors. They are the survivors. But they're going to have to endure. Because truth is an enemy to this whole wide world. Okay? And another one was, how should we feel about living within it? How should we feel about living within the world that is an enemy to the truth? All you have to do is pay attention to everything that's going around you. Whether you at your home, in your home, among all your family members, your co-workers at your job, in your community, even in your neighborhood, in your state, in your government system. If you want to say that all this and what everybody is doing is good, it is truth at its highest of righteousness, you said it's the opposite. You see? It is the opposite. So here we are. How must we live within it? The Father say through long suffering, through endurance. And guess what? By him living in us, he gives us the patience to endure, to long suffering. Okay? Can we change it? No, we can't. But it's no need in us running to darkness. Since we can't, we still stand on the truth of the whole matter. He is all that and some. And no matter what the world question about him or deny him or talk negative and lie on him, you stand on the truth of the whole matter. He's all that and some. And the world is the lie. But the people, let me tell you something. People don't want to hear nothing. Let me tell you what they'll do. they will make you the highest enemy on this earth before they even think that you speak in truth. How do you think all those men of Yah got off of here, off the earth? Why do you think that they went through turmoil? A lot of people think only Yeshua HaMashiach went through something. No, those that came before Yeshua HaMashiach, they went through something too. Why? Because of truth. They were the only thing standing in the earth and holding truth, while everybody else was trying to plot a way to beat them, kill them, torment them, and prison them. Lock them up. Throw away the key. All because of what? Truth. Well, what do you mean, Deborah? They were sent down from the kingdom to be the light amongst darkness, to speak the truth that was not just in them, but was in every human being. Well, what do you mean, Deborah? Is he gave one of his servants the ability to have the light and to speak true, spirit and truth. Do you believe? Let me show you how ignorant people are. Do you believe that he will give one of his servants the light and spirit and truth to speak truth to a whole world that had no truth? Used to fool. Want me to tell you what that identify? If he's gonna send from the kingdom, from his throne, his own private servant to be a servant on this earth to speak truth, you all are stupid if you think he will send a servant to people that don't know truth. They were coming down as his servant to speak to the people what was already in them, which is truth. But the people had so much darkness and so much lies mended in them, they would kill them for the truth that they spoke. But guess what? Where was the truth at? In every last one of them. Think about what I just said. And I know that's kind of too heavy for everybody, because I can feel that thing being too heavy. Why would a creator send the light in the midst of darkness with truth, to speak truth, to live truth? Watch this, to die truth to a whole world that had no truth? Make it make sense. You will never get no one to preach that to you. It don't make sense. That's why truth is an enemy to this world, even though the world holds truth. You see, those that are of Yah, they hold firm to truth. And once they hold firm to truth, they walk in it, they talk in it, they live in it. Guess what? They begin to see the whole world. Oh, they know truth. It's in them. But they don't live truth. They don't want no part of truth. They don't want no truth near them. They don't want no truth spoken to them. They don't want no truth ministered to them. They don't want no truth in the midst of them. They don't want it on their left. They don't want it on their right. They don't want it in front of them, and they definitely don't want it in back of them. And the Father sent his servant to tell you, the truth is an enemy to this world. Now, I'm going to take you all the way there. Just kind of feel Yah. I know you can, but I'm still going to say it. Deborah, just feel me, okay? Just kind of watch how Sister Deborah speak this. Just imagine feeling Yah. How could you have created all these people, Father? You gave them your image. You gave them your breath. You gave them your truth, and they want no part of you. You get the point I'm making? If you don't think that's a sick, I understand what the Spirit spoke to me this morning in the water. Truth is an enemy, Deborah, to this world. And don't you, that's what he said to me, and don't you forget it. That's why he brought up that other prophet when he was running, because he thought the lady had put a hit on all the prophets to kill him. And he's running up in the cage. The Father was showing me, and it ain't for you to run. Because what I'm saying to you, truth is an enemy to the world. It's a form of wanting me to accept what I already knew. I knew that. You can tell on the devil's platform. You can tell no matter where you go. People are so in tune with lies and darkness and unrighteous, injustice, and ungodly. Just like in Romans chapter 1, verse 18, 19, and 20. They are already there. They want no part in truth. Now, when I go back to Paul, and I'm hearing Paul say this, I'm like saying, well, Paul, hold up, Paul. The Father's speaking that to me today. You're in 2026. What you said centuries ago, ancient time ago. I heard a Ruach speaking it to his servant today. Let's go back a little bit further. When I sat and I tell you all about how many people are caught up in the lies and the they don't want no part of truth. And how Yah had son, he don't never go send a whole army of people. He always send one or two. And most of the time he send one. He ain't all about sending, oh, let me send 1 million down there to them so they can get it right. Y'all notice that? Y'all don't be bothering with y'all tales. He ain't gonna come to this in this day and time and send a whole multitude down here to minister to you so you can see the light. You talk like a fool. As if he didn't know if the light was in you before you came down here, before the foundation of the world. He knew if the light was in you or the darkness. It didn't stop him from giving you truth. It didn't stop him from giving you his breath. It didn't stop you from receiving an image like unto his. He still threw down. He threw down. That's what I like him. So when I'm sitting here telling you about how all these servants that he sent down as one amongst millions, and he would have them. Look at Noah. When I think of Noah, I said, Father, you know what? If that was the whole earth, you know how many people, you know how many towns and cities and that was? The whole world, y'all. One man, Noah. Because he knew. Noah didn't have nothing to deal with. Noah didn't have nothing to work with either. Because ain't nobody coming to the ark, Deborah. That's how he is today. He knew he sent me down here. And he said, no matter what you say, how much light I instill in you and allow you to shine bright. I don't care how much spirit and truth you preach and teach. We ain't here today to bring nobody to the light. We ain't even here to redeem nobody. Repentance is only for minds. To keep holding them up. To remember that I'm greater in them than anything else. But outside of that, I ain't got you down here serving me as if these people gonna wake up. They didn't wake up for Noah, did they? That's how he deals with me. So don't think that even though you putting out the hardcore message, these people are brick walls. And they gonna remain brick walls because you don't know, Deborah, what is invested in their spirit. They got so much darkness in them, light ain't nowhere near it. And they think they walking in some sort of righteousness. So when he was saying that, he's saying that when Yeshua was telling you all, he was telling the people, he said, pray. Wait a minute, ain't you supposed to be God? Why don't you do it? No, he said, pray. No, you the one got all the power. Ain't you God? You know it. He said, pray. What do you mean? Pray to the Father. You mean you ain't the Father? Can't you do it? Pray to him. Pray and see. And ask if he will send you more labors. Praise the Most High Yah. Into the vineyard. See, y'all, foolish people. Foolish. Now, how is it the Son of Man can come to this earth and tell stupid people to pray to the Father that he sent more laborers? You know who those laborers are? People who's carrying the light. People who speak in spirit and truth amongst the foolish people who so lost. Pray. Well, why do we have to pray? Yeshua, why are we praying for that? For what? Ain't you? They say you God. You got all power. We know you got power. You raised the dead. You fed thousands. You healed the sick. You opened the blind eyes. Truly, you can put more laborers into the vineyard. Even the Son of Man knew. Heavens have to fix that. Heaven's got to fix that. Because when he's sending his servant in, you all have no idea. I even tell that to the Father. People don't even understand what they got among them. And they have nothing in them. So this is why I'm grateful for him bringing this message to me. The truth is an enemy to this world. The laborers are few. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? Who had to say that? Yeshua. He had to tell them the laborers are few. Do you think that statement was for then? Come on, pull up. No, it was for then and forevermore. It's impossible for the laborers to be few then and not forevermore, because then he's son Yeshua HaMashiach. And if the laborers, you're telling the people to pray to the Father that he's send more laborers. But notice what he said. I'm going to show you where you still going over your head. When he tell them to pray, I'm like, say, hold up, what you mean pray? You mean they got to pray for that? What do you mean? Why are you telling them people to pray? Pray for what? Why do they have to pray for that? Yeah, right. That's why y'all short in more than one place. What did they have? Wait a minute. You mean Yeshua was teaching the people to pray to the Father that he would send more? Why can't you do it? You're supposed to be the Father, they say down yonder. You got all that power. Don't you got HaMashiach with you? So why are you telling the people to pray? You mean this take prayer? Why would we need to pray? Don't y'all know what it means? It busts up open a whole new message to just show you y'all ain't playing with you. He didn't send all of his, and he ain't going to shake and wake you up. You ain't nobody. I know you done made yourself everybody and some. You ain't nobody. And until people recognize that, they still are going to be sitting here waiting for him to come. And guess what? They're going to die in their waiting. In their sin, in their iniquity, in their ungodliness, in their unholiness, in their unrighteousness, in their ego, in their self-centered, in their pride, in their greed. They're going to be waiting. And that's what they're going to die in. They're going to die right in that. Because the heart of what he measured, it carries truth. It applied truth. It used truth. It's walking truth. It's talking truth. It's ministering truth. It lay down in truth. It wake up in truth. It awaits for him to feed them even more truth. And then he tells me that truth is an enemy. I said to the Father, thank you. I can feel that. Thank you. He has to assure me. That's what you call hardcore comforting. Because in my mind, I'm like saying, wait a minute, you gave me this gift, and no matter what this gift turn or speak on truth, people take it as an enemy. So I thank you, Father, for this message. Because it answer all the questions where truth lies. Don't look for people to embrace, teach, speak, walk, talk, or conduct themselves under Yah's truth. Leave them where they're at and let them walk therein. So, what happens? I come to, he said they want to live out their lives. The feeling of assurance within them, and that's their flesh. He said they want to live out the lives. They don't want no part in truth. And it's okay. But know them as an enemy, Deborah. Do not take them as a friend. Know them as an enemy. Because when they are, Deborah, an enemy of truth, they are the enemy toward me and you. Praise the mighty Yah. This is what he gave me. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying tongue. So what is the Father saying to the prophetess? He's wanting me to understand why I can't look for people to really rest in truth. Because there is so much, and that's why I say it's really dangerous. It is so much that's coming. And listen to what he says. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. Even him who's coming after the working of Satan. So we know the Antichrist and so on, the beast and so on. With all power. They don't get that far. They don't get it because they got darkness reigning in them instead of truth. That's the only reason why they don't get it. Because this right here is telling you what's before you. This is another form of what I was saying, how people act like they don't see nothing going on. They don't even see what's been poured up on them. They have no idea. They have no idea. But then you see all these people selling all of these weapons, all kind of weapons to survive. All kind of things to survive. They got all these different weapons that you're going to be able to survive with, or you're going to need in the days to come. They got all these different herbs and all this different stuff that they got, telling you better start taking it because of what's in the foods, what's in this, and what's in that, and what's in that. They got all the things they're selling. They're telling you to get ready for what's to come. And if it get dark, you better get this flashlight, this here, and this here, and this here. All these things they say getting ready, but ain't no one getting ready for righteousness, which holds truth. And truth holds righteousness. Nobody is looking nowhere near that, he said. Everybody looking everywhere to be ready. And let me tell y'all something. You might be able to live to see, because you're living to hear. The Father's subject to let you live long enough to see. Let me say that again. If Yah is allowing you to live long enough to hear, he's going to let you live long enough to see. See, a lot of people wouldn't get that. But that's a warning to any and everybody. If he allow you to live enough to hear, he's going to let you live long enough to see. You might die after that, but he's going to let you see what you heard. So if he's allowing you to live to hear it, I guarantee you're going to live to see it. So you can think you make a fool out of him if you want you to fool. Okay, so you can think your ticket is a one-way ticket to Mount Zion. Your ticket is going to be a one-way ticket to live and die right here in this country. Because he knows the heart of everybody. And he ain't going to waste his time. What did he do in Egypt? What did he do in Egypt? He took Israel all out, left their stupid tail right there to die, and took the children. So all y'all elderlies running around here got your nose up in the air, thinking you better than thou, because you thinking you going to go on the first ship out of here. You ain't going nowhere. Let me just go on tell you like it is. Your wickedness is at its highest. You don't believe nothing about the Most High God. You're more an enemy to truth than truth itself. Okay, let's go to here. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9, it tells us that what is coming. Now, if back in ancient times, or not, we don't say ancient because they wrote the Bible, back as long as it's been written, it telling you that Paul is saying this. It's telling you that it's a time that's coming where Satan and with all power is coming with all power, all signs, and all lying wonders. With me, somebody like me would say, well, wait a minute, hold up. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? This here is already at its highest. So how can Satan come and with all power, all signs, and all lying wonders when that's already existed? How could that be? So what is it saying? Remember, Deborah, how you talk about how the day we're in is the worstest than ever? And you talk about how it's going to get heated up when that's what it is. So if they think for a minute, which they won't, and to think and see, they won't, because there's truth in them, it's not at work. Because if you ever set your tail down and get off your high horse and really see what's going on in the world, you yourself would ask, what's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9 talking about this Satan, the workers of Satan gonna come? I would like to say to the whole world, well, what is this? It's already here. If this here coming, what is this that's here? You get the point? It's showing you how horrible days is set before you. That's really what it's telling you. I know it'll go straight over your head because you think you're going on the first ship out of here, and you are 6 foot under. So you better pay for your policy. Okay. So 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Verse 11 and 12, it says, and for this cause, Yah shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So what I'm understanding out of that goes right back to what I try to tell you. I am a grateful servant of the Most High, one that really measure things on how Yah hand me things. He hands me this stuff so that I can be able to feel it now so I won't feel it later. And what I do is I take it and I apply it where it needs to go and say, okay, Yah, I'm ready for you. If this got to come, I know greater are you in me than me that is in the world. Let's rumble. But people on this earth, oh, that ain't going to happen. I'm going to be on the first ship out of here. Oh, no, this ain't going to happen. That's why it got to happen. Because for you to people thinking they're going to escape what Yah said, there's no escaping. Can you make that a little clearer, Deborah? People are looking to escape what Yah said, you ain't going to escape. He told us about perilous times and tribulation and all this stuff that's going to be going on. But we say, oh, it ain't going on. It ain't happening. Because we in the midnight of all the lies and the deception, and we settle for that. And we don't want to know that truth is looking already have measured who we are. And we don't give a rat's behind. We still gonna live the lie. Because it's a better feel to the lie than to hear what you talking about. That's true. That's right. Right on. Right on. Because it measures who you are already. What seed you represent. You dying, you walking dead, and you walking dead, and you gonna die dead. That's your mission, to walk dead and to die eternal dead. So it don't matter. So you're right. So here in Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11 through 12, for it says, and for this cause Yah shall send them strong delusions, that they should not believe a lie. Right there, I have an issue with that. Because in my mind, why are you going to help them to believe the lie that they already believe? I don't know what's wrong with that. Only thing I can match that with is the time that he said, not the time, the day in which we are in. I don't see it like you all see it. I see it at its worst, at its worst. That's the reality. Okay. So when the heat is turned up, I'm able to stand because I can see it already. Okay. So here he's saying that the Father, the Creator, is going to send. Okay, now wait a minute, hold up, Father, I got an issue. You're gonna send something from the kingdom? You see, that's how I question what everybody say. I'm like, wait a minute, Father, y'all, you gonna send something down from the kingdom? What's going on, Father, y'all? Why do you need to send something else down from the kingdom? And it says that Yah shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. You know what that means? If that's to be the truth, that's saying you can run and you can hide. You can save everything in your bank. You can save all your food up, your groceries, your flashlight, your whatever, your emergency. You can save your tickets. You can save everything you got. You doomed. Because if he has to support wicked and evil by sending a delusion of lies down here to you to help you out to lie even more, you gone. And if y'all can't see that, you just as stupid can be. If that means what it says, and it says what it means, if y'all have to send a strong delusion down on the ones that already believe in the lie, why do you have to give them more strong delusion use? They already believe the lie. It's to show you that you wanted the lie. I'm going to give you more of it so you can remain in that lie till you up out of here. Did not I tell y'all that? I told y'all many of people in their elderly years is going to leave up off this earth a liar, living in the lie and dying in the lie, because they themselves still have not recognized that truth is an enemy to them. They believe everything CNN, NBC, YouTube, Facebook, everything they tell them, they going for it. They boast it, they boost it, they talk about it. They walk in it, they talk in it, they believe it. But the moment y'all sent his servant, did not he send Noah? Hey, Noah, how many came? How many poured up at the ark? Yeah, right. So verse 12 said that they all might. Wait a minute, hold up. Let's go back over this. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11 and 12, and it reads, and for this cause Yah shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Now, why do heaven have to help you out to believe the lie that you already believe in? I'm going to think about that, child. Why do the kingdom have to help you believe the lie that you already believe in? So you see, kingdom ain't worried about you taking truth over the lie on this earth. He's going to even give you some more juice so you can believe the lie. What did I tell y'all? How many times I teach that to y'all? How many times I tell y'all? He didn't already assign me to bring the light out of darkness, not to wake the people up, not to bring them into truth, not to save, get them to want to be saved or be delivered or be anything. That's not what it's for. It's to show darkness, hey, you will never conquer the light. You can be in here a mighty long time, and guess what? I'm still sending my light to be poured out of your darkness. And if nobody come out of it, so what? It ain't meant for nobody to come out of it. So that's why I'm proud. And I'm bold in what I say. I'm bold in what I teach. I'm bold in what I preach. And you don't see nobody over here questioning it, do you? That's so, to me, that also shows the people I minister to there's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them because they never dawned on that. You hear nobody come over here bothering. Nothing Sister Deborah said. Because they ain't got the spirit and truth. They ain't got the light. But you sit here with it and don't know what to do with it. So here in verse 12, it says, he's going to send, verse 11, he's going to send the strong delusion so that they should believe the lie. Now watch this here. Verse 12 said that they all, wait a minute, who is this all? Might be damned. See, y'all be thinking Deborah wrong by saying when it be sounding like I'm including everybody. See, that's where y'all wrong. Because if you take 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11 and 12, it's pretty much telling you the whole darn world. And if you ever pick up and study your book, and if you have the Ruach in you, it should be able to pull up in you and tell you everything this lady is saying is 100. And if you don't have the Ruach, that's why you don't. Because you ain't who you think you are. And the Ruach don't want to have you. That's why you don't have it. Because he don't want to have you. Okay, verse 12. That they all might believe, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth. That's 99.9, Father, y'all. I can understand why the gate is so narrow. Just reading that, it answered the multitude of questions. If you ever had any questions about this message, truth is the enemy to those in this world. When 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11 to 12 tell you that. And verse 12 says that they all may be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. I just got to saying that throughout this video. I keep telling y'all, they have had pleasure in unrighteousness. And I've been on here, and it's going, I should be going into the 8th year, but I am a living witness with even the few that I have. They come and they go, they dip in and they dip out. But get me, I can guarantee you one thing. When they dip in, they go straight to the world. They go straight out to the world. They don't go nowhere. They go straight out into the world. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hate to say it like that, but that's why he said they taste the truth. But they go right out in it. The sower that sowed the seeds, all of them had the truth in them. And they enjoyed it. But when the world and the curse of the world and when the wicked one come, they say, hell with that. I'm going right back out here. And they never produce. But only the one in the soil come forth. That's another key of showing you it ain't about having a lot of subscribers and a lot of likes. Y'all only going to give his servants very few. That's it. All you have to do is look at Yeshua traveling all over the world as the world was back then with 12 disciples. Come on now. He had homosiach, but just imagine that. That's not very many. Every place he sent in Israel and Judah, when he sent his prophet, he sent one. That's why Mary and Aaron got checked when he told them Moses is like unto a prophet. They had to stand down. You see what I'm saying? But if you really think, when Yah send his in, he ain't sending a multitude. So nobody that are the true prophets nor prophetess in this world should be looking forward to a multitude of people following him, a multitude of people subscribing, and definitely not a multitude of people supporting him. The more enemies will be those who won't support than those that will. It still identifies the narrow gate being the way. Don't look for nothing to be the multitude, because that goes over to the broad gate, Deborah. In case you didn't know that. Yep, I got it now, but thank you, Father, for that, because I wouldn't have never put those two together like that. So I like what it says, because it's telling you that, but what a lot of people will read that and they don't get it, because in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 12 said that they all might be damned. Do you know what that damned means? You doomed, baby. That's it for you. So if you think you got something going on the earth, you can hang it up if you think you got something on the other side, because you ain't got nothing coming. Hello. So then I end up in 2 Timothy and chapter 4 and verse 4. In 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 4, it says, and they shall turn away their ears from truth. Hello. What did I tell you? That's what people do, because they want no part in truth. Yeah, they'll come in and out. There, and I see a couple of them return that followed me years ago, came back to return to have something to say. I don't want to hear you. I ain't got no words for you, baby. Going back where you come from. I don't entertain that. Go on home where you belong. I won't entertain it. Go on where you belong. Okay? Because if the world has that much to offer you, go. Go where you know. Because truth is going to be out of this sister's mouth. If he gave it to me, when he gave me the breath, he gave me his image, and then he gave me truth, why would I abuse it and misuse it? Why wouldn't I use it? And then he's been working with me since I was 4 years old, but I should come at this day and hour, like a lot of elderly people do. Think it's time to start hooping and hollering. They know Yah, and I got God in my life, and you ain't got nothing when you still trying to use and abuse him. And you can't even do it. But in your own self-flesh, in your elderly years, y'all better, woo, it's sad. It's sad. They're the hardest to learn, because they can't see past what they've been living all their life, a lie. They can't see past it. So here in 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from truth, and shall turn into fables, lies, tales. That's what that means. And where is that way? Way 2 Timothy. Verse 4 in chapter 4 and verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from truth. And that is what I have recognized. I recognize it to the fullness. And I sit back, and this is why I say, y'all bringing this message to me to give on this platform is a blessing in itself. It shows me the level of his comfort that he brings to me, because it helps me to understand and to embrace and to rest in what is already. You can't change it. Go on, rest, Deborah. Go on, rest in it, baby. Don't go trying to change it. Just rest. Just rest. It is, baby, what I said is. Go on, rest, Deborah. Don't break yourself. Go on, rest, Deborah. Just rest in what already is, because it was. Hold up. Wait until they realize what's going to be, said the Most High Yah. Because everybody got this game they playing. Everybody playing all kind of big time games. And they're riding all in this world with all this worldly mess. And then they talking about they represent a creator. Sit your tail on down somewhere. But right here, it lets you know their ears. What does that mean? You know how I'm teaching right now and how people are not dedicated and not hearing it. And he's saying that they're turning away their ears from what? You ain't turning your ears from me. I'm flesh like you are. I'm human like you are. So it ain't me that you're turning away from. When I speak spirit and truth with the light in my right hand. When you turn away from me, you turn away from him that sent me. Sick people. That's why I tell you, you don't bother me by leaving. You don't turn away from me. I ain't nothing to be turned away from. You turn away from the only chance you had and that you have to hear spirit and truth in the light. So go somewhere and sit down. Turn away from that. So it don't matter. Turn. He's sitting here telling you, and Timothy, I didn't do this, did I, Timothy? Tell these people that I ain't had nothing to do with this. So they understand I don't give a rest behind if you turn up and you turn down. You can turn all the way around. It don't make me no difference. Timothy's he's sitting here telling them that their ears, Deborah, will turn away from not you, Deborah. Deborah, go on rest. Father, y'all, thank you for letting me rest in your bosom. Go on rest. They're going to turn away from truth. Truth sitting up in them. They turn away from it. Yah is truth. They turn away from it. Righteous is truth. They turn away from it. Godliness is truth. They turn away from it. Holy is truth. They turn away from it. And they think they turn away from me. You're a fool. You're a fool in the morning and you're a fool in the night. You don't hurt me. Turn until you get dizzy. Okay? And he said, and shall turn into feeble. And they need to, which is still lies. That's what this message is about. The truth is an enemy to the world. People want the truth. They don't want the truth. They don't want you to say nothing about the truth. They don't want you to minister nothing. They don't want you to break it down, especially when it comes to them. They don't want you to tell on them. Don't say nothing to me and things I'm not ready to hear. I don't want to hear that right now. I don't want you to talk like that. I don't want you to say those sort of things. I don't want you to accept those sort of things. I don't want to believe those sort of things. You know why? Because truth ain't in them. It's in them. But they are the one that's holding truth as the lie. Under ungodliness and unrighteousness, they hold truth. And they don't even understand. Everything around you are going to fall. And you're going to be looking for truth. And guess what? Not even the truth that you hold within is going to be able to catch you. It won't catch you. Because y'all ain't going to catch your truth. When y'all when Yeshua sitting here telling these people yesterday and today, if that was to be said, pray that y'all send more laborers in the vineyard. For what? These people ain't believing my Father. They have no connection to his truth. They made his truth the lie so they can live the lie. So why send more laborers? For what? It makes sense why y'all say, you just bringing light out of darkness. You ain't coming here to set nobody free. You don't have to show people the light, nor spirit and truth. They ain't gonna wake up no way. That's why he said he's gonna pour the strong delusion. So the lie that you've been believing, you're gonna be stuck with it, because there's gonna be that delusion that's gonna be poured out to many to make sure you stay right where you at. So don't think you bothering Sister Deborah by running and hiding and up in the corners and all this. You don't mean a rat's behind to me. So I like that in Timothy. That's really good. That was really good in Thessalonians. But here we go now. We finna rest this here message right here and now. We finna go into Isaiah. Now, wait a minute. How are we going to go from there way to Isaiah? Oh, I would love to hear what David had to say. maybe another time. But I'm going to pull up in Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 14 and 15. Let's see what Isaiah had to say. But I'm sure going to check, once I get off here, I'm going to check in to David and see what David said about truth. That's a good idea. I think that's what I would do. Let's continue. Isaiah 59, chapter 59, verse 14 and 15, and it reads, and judgment is turned away backwards, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is falling in the streets. You see what that said, y'all? And then you can sit and look at me all cockeyed and look at me all stupid like I ain't talking about something. You that one that's waiting for that strong delusion juice. Hold up, it's coming. Because you're going to sure need it, baby. Now, Isaiah is saying something. And me, myself, this is what the comforter is really about. It comes to comfort you right where you at. Because sometimes you feel, based on being human and you here in spirit, you still have these feelings of a human. And it's the ideal of, wait a minute. People want these lies. They seem like they party hardy on lies. Anything this world has to offer people, everybody get on it. And not only that, you got people supporting people all because they telling them lies. So that's about right, ain't it? That's about right. So here in Isaiah 59 and verse 14, the judgment is turned away backwards. Judgment have turned away backwards, and justice standeth afar off. What is justice? Justice is righteousness. Why is righteous standing far off? And you thinking I'm not talking about something today? You full of a rat's behind. Because this is a message that I know that he put on my heart. Not on my heart, in my mouth. Because I was in the water and he broke that down to me. Before I was in the water, I was writing my daughter, and I couldn't write this book to my daughter without the Holy Spirit because he was giving me a lot of information. Then I said, it's time for me to start cleaning up. Got in here in the water and he was saying truth is an enemy to this world. And that hurt me. It hurt me to know that you created all this stuff, Father. All these human beings, all this stuff you created. And how dare we take when you gave us truth and we become enemies toward it. I'm sorry. And then that's when I went into my study. I said, I'm so sorry. And I was writing all kind of things he was saying to me. Paper was wet. I was just, because it was really something that is very powerful. And it came with so much comforting me. And he was saying to me, everybody around you, let them see you as their enemy. Mm-hmm. Let them see you as their enemy. And I'm like, who wants to live like that? Oh, Deborah, when truth has to stand alone, it must stand alone. It don't need its enemies to stand on the left and on the right. It got righteous standing with it. So what do you need your enemy standing around with you? You got righteous. You got truth. You don't need the enemies who don't accept truth nor righteousness that rests in truth, and truth rests in the righteous. No, that's why I told y'all he had to pull up with that comforter. And that made me feel so good because it makes so much sense. And then he said, truth is the enemy to this world, Deborah. So if it's an enemy to this world, if truth is an enemy to this world, Deborah, it's an enemy to me. And if it's an enemy to me, you know it got to be an enemy to you. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. So don't go trying to bring truth to nobody because they don't want it. They don't want it in the form of holding firm to what's in them already. They don't want it. It is an enemy to them. Okay, so when you get to Isaiah 59 and verse 14, it says, and judgment is turned away backwards, and justice is righteous, standeth afar off. Ooh-wee. For truth is fallen in the streets. And iniquity cannot enter. That just shows y'all where we at today. It actually allowed you to really see where we stand today. Because Isaiah said something to this prophet, from a prophet to a prophet. This alone also bring me comfort. Because this is the sort of stuff I battle with, understanding why. When he constantly have to tell me, but Deborah, these things need be. Because it already was. It's just repeating itself. You just hear it. This is the day that he placed you. But go back to David. Go back to Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel. You'll see what you living in today like they did back in their days. So don't be in this day thinking that you are set off to the point where right is wrong, wrong is right. You better put it right in the proper order. Let the enemy be an enemy to truth. And everything else with that enemy is a lie. And you stand on truth. Now, listen to what it says. For truth is fallen in the streets. Iniquity cannot enter. Yea, truth fallen. Fell. How can truth fail? And he that depart from evil makes himself a prey. Yah saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. That's the way I feel today. That's the way I feel today, y'all. I look at everything today and I see ain't nobody being judged nor measured where they at. And we in a midnight hour. And even us as an individual, we all our tails need to be judged for what we're doing on this earth right here today. What we're thinking, what we're saying, how we are acting, how we conducting ourselves. There should be a judgment right here on the earth. Oh, yes. This is not talking about the judgment in the heaven. It's talking about right here on the earth. All this mess going on and ain't nobody judging nothing. Why? Because truth is the only thing people judge. People only judge truth. They make truth the lie so they can walk in the lie of their truth. They want no parts of truth. The world is an enemy, a stone cold enemy to truth. How could truth fail it? How could truth fall in the streets? How could truth be no, justice be far away? Hey, that's righteous. Hey, wait a minute. Where is righteous? That's what I feel. It nails it. Isaiah nails it. I'm like saying, wait a minute, but Father, this fit today. Oh, yeah, Deborah. I'm just letting you know you ain't far from what is. You're on the right track. See, you sit back and you think and you wonder, wait a minute, hold up. All this stuff. And it makes you almost question yourself. Don't do it for nobody, for nothing. Don't question you. You the servant. You're the labor that I sent down. Don't question whom I have chosen, who I have called, who I have appointed, who I have anointed, who I have predestined and called with the holy calling. Don't question yourself because everything around you is a lie and prefer the lie than the truth. They want you to talk. They want you to act. They want you to portray. If, say, for instance, you at a dinner table and they're talking and everything they're talking about is lies. They don't want you to say nothing. That ain't happened to me, but I'm just still saying. Let's, for instance, you sitting here telling somebody something. They don't want you to say nothing unless it's a lie to feed their ego, to feed their self-centered, to feed their pride, And they want to live the lie. They don't want you to tell no truth. They don't want you to speak no truth to her. They don't even want the light to shine, y'all. That's how bad it is. They don't want no light in the mist. Now we're going to go back before I get off this platform. Before I get off this platform, the main question that I also asked people were, and I think this is where I think that the Father also wanted me to feel this message for myself first. He's not going to give me a message for me to speak it to the brick walls or to this platform without me feeling it. So I'm grateful for that too. But something else he gave me, he said, I was telling him about the gift. Having this gift is an enemy to this world. And I know it. So in me, y'all, listen to this now. I'm asking him, why give it to me? If it's an enemy to this world, why must Sister Deborah inherit a gift from Yah that is an enemy to the world? I say unto each and every last one of you all, what is your gift? Can you say you have one? Can anybody in their lives say, I know that this is a gift from Yah? Who can say that? Who can say that they got a gift from the Most High Yah? Who can say that? Who can actually say that they know that they have a gift from the Most High Yah? They know it. You know what? Many won't answer. Because most know they ain't got nothing. But they will judge those who Yah has sent with the gift and the tools to work the mission. No one will own it because they don't feel they have now. And most of them, 99.9 don't. What if you don't have it? How could you be up under somebody who has it? And you have nothing from him. But you that keep telling yourself that you're going to be the number one in line to go over to Mount Zion. And I've said to you all many times, I might not make it to Mount Zion, but I know that I know I see you on the other side. And if I don't see you on the other side, I'm going to glorify him on this side. I'm going to praise him. He is the excellent one. He is the wonderful one. He is the perfect one. He is the great one. He's the all-knowing one. He's the all-power one. He's that one that poured out that grace and that mercy. He's the beginning with all power. He's the end with all power. He's the I am that I am. He is the potter over the clay. He is all that and some to infinity. I'm going to let him know right now, hell bound to heaven, I'm with you here all the way. I'm walking with him here all the way. All this monkey crap that everybody be in, you're going to walk that way. But make sure you walk away from me. Because this here page is about spirit and truth. About bringing that light. And for those who have the light, those who have spirit and truth, this is where you need to be. That's just it. Okay, someone says they believe that they do. They have the gift of help. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Because that's something that is needed in the body of Hamashiach. And when you sit there and you say you have the gift of help, guess what? Do you know what the gift of help mean? That means you can go in every area that is needed in the body of Hamashiach and be of help. And be of help. Because you didn't know, you didn't have no idea of that. Because you're looking at the ideal of help because that's the way you understand that you are a gift of help. You know that's in you. You know why you know that's in you? Because it's in your natural. You a helper in the natural. And that has shown you in the spirit you are a help. Do you know? Let's set an example. Let's say, for instance, we got this body of Hamashiach. And let's say in the body of Hamashiach, you got the apostles. Okay, you got the prophets and the prophetess, and you got the Maureen, you got the prayer warriors, you got the ushers. Okay, though not just the prayer warriors, but the healers. Okay, you got the one that all kind of different position in this body. Okay, guess what? The word help can fall under all of us. Let's say, for instance, use me. If I'm in the body of Hamashiach, okay, and I am a pen needle. We all are pen needles. None of us bigger than the pen needle. None of us bigger than the pen needle in the body of Hamashiach. And the word help can mean one thing in the flesh, but in the spirit means that type of help can help the whole body. You can go from helping the pastor to the pastor to the evangelist, the prophet, the apostles. In what way? Now, how can we category help? Every spiritual way. See, you didn't know that. See, you don't understand that help in the spirit is one of the most powerful tools that can be in the body of Hamashiach. Because you got to look at the body of Hamashiach as spiritual. So it's nothing but materialistic. But the way you understand your gift, a lot of times, it's because it falls under your natural ability. But anything that falls under your natural ability, guess what it is? It is your spiritual ability. So just imagine you walking up in the body of Hamashiach and you have the gift of help. That means you can go all over the body and help anywhere it's needed. Nobody's position is higher than help itself. You see what I'm saying? Nobody. Say, for instance, you got an apostle here and you got a prophet on this side. You can intervene with both of them with help. You see? It's no such thing as, oh, this person is an apostle, this is a prophet. You can't go there. No, help overrides that. So when you say that your gift is help, I'm speaking into you that is, if you take it and you take, remember tools. In the spirit, if you are a help, then think of what you are in the flesh. Your flesh appear to you as to be a helper because your heart goes out to helping people. When the Father will say to you, like he said unto Peter, Peter, I'm going to make you. You are, your occupation is a fisherman. But I'm going to make you a fisherman in the spirit realm. You get what I'm saying? So when you say that I am a helper because you got that heart to help, guess what? Yah said you are a helper in the body of Hamashiach. If the body of Hamashiach ever get right, baby, if the body of Hamashiach ever get right, they'll be proud to have you in the midst. You see? And they couldn't do nothing with the gift that Yah has put in you called help. Why? Because it can help in any part of the body of Hamashiach outside of the head. You can't go up to the head now. You can't mess with the head. The head is Hamashiach, which the world called Christ. You can't mess with the head. But everything underneath the head, a helper, that means the spirit of Hamashiach will have you going everywhere in the body where help is needed. Everywhere in the body. That's if the body had came into unity. You know, right now, y'all see how the church is set up and they go around here and they put these pastors on big pedestals. They put these apostles, and this evangelist, you see on YouTube, these prophets just prophesying lying sign. And they just all over the place thinking it's about dreams and visions. Sit your tails down. That is not acceptable it is not acceptable. That was for the pouring out of the Spirit come Mount Zion. That wasn't for the pouring out of the Spirit. And I check anybody on that. That wasn't for the pouring out of the Spirit as Peter had labored it. He was right, but he was right, but you have to understand it in the spirit of his righteousness. When it says, I will pour out my Spirit upon all man, all daughters and sons. No, he said all. What he said, I will pour out my Spirit upon all your daughters and sons, and they shall prophesy. Do y'all understand what that means? When that Holy Spirit come up, what is his characteristic? Show you all things that's to come. That's prophesying, y'all. Y'all got it bent. Because the Roman Catholic put it in there in the order in which they had no idea what Sister Deborah know. But that's my job, is to come down here and bring that light out in the midst of darkness on any and everybody, whether you like it or not. That's not what he's talking about. All this prophesying and this here dreams and all this vision. Sit your tail down. You can't be prophesying nothing without the Ruach HaKodesh in you. First thing you gonna prophesy is yourself, your lying self. Back to the gifts. Now, back to what I was saying about your gift. Even though you recognize that in the natural, the Father wants you to know in the spirit, that's how you would have to run that thing all over the place. You would be a help in every position there's possible. That means, remember, it tells you how I'm gonna give you just pretty much how it's trying to say how the arm can't say to the leg that you don't belong. Why? Because you ain't the one to tell me this is the position y'all put me in this whole body. So you can't tell the leg that you don't belong, and the leg can't tell the finger that it don't belong. This is the position Yah has placed in the body. So when you speak of help, I don't know if you know that help will come from where? Do you know? Give me one word. Where would that help? That help that's in you, guess what that is? Reason why that's a very powerful position in the body is because the only way you're going to know how to help the body is because Hamashiach going to have you near him. The head got to have you near him so he can tell you who to go help in the body. You see how powerful that position is? If you see, you don't know that because you have no idea, but you know that your person is to help. You got that help. I was sitting back thinking of my kids the other day and how a lot of their gifts that they have, just like me, in the natural. A lot of things that I was always successful for, my kids had all of them. You see, so it's like that in the spirit. If you got help, if you are a helper in the natural, he's made you the helper in the spirit of the body of Hamashiach. You see what I'm saying? It's a very powerful position because your help is led by strictly, not by the pastor on the left, not by the prophet or the prophetess on the right, not down there at the leg where the prayer warrior is at. Your help is coming strictly from the head. You get what I'm saying? Because only the head knows what the body needs help with. You get it? Don't that make sense? Only the head knows what the body needs help with. Okay? So you need to kind of seek Yah about that, because just like Peter, he told Peter's job was a fisherman. But what did he tell him? I'm going to make you a fisherman of men. That means spiritually, he flipped his position to be a fisherman, to capture people by spirit into the fold. You see? And not from a ship. That's his natural position. Sister Deborah, I don't know if I can cook for 6,000 today, but that's what I used to cook for 6,000. Right now, I can give or take. I can mic and throw down for 3,000. I'm an excellent cook. I'm a detailer. I'm a taste good, look good, the whole overall. I didn't learn it from nobody. Nobody didn't teach me nothing but the Most High Yah. So I'm so well with that till he made me a cook in the spirit. What that means, you're going to cook my word up so those people can understand it. So I'm cooking up the word. You see? Same that I am in my professional field, a chef, an excellent cook. I can cook to the multitude. That is what I am in the spirit of the body of Hamashiach. I can cook this word up. I can cook this bad boy up. And nobody can't do nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? So this is just a little bit kind of showing you how the Most High works from the spirit realm to the outer realm. But I'm going to give y'all my gift, one of my gifts. Okay? Okay, someone says that they're a giver because they like to give. I am a giver because I like to give. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's almost even similar to the helper. Because to be able to feel that in your natural, guess what? It has to rain from your spirit. See, y'all, you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that this stuff is what you feel of who you are. He didn't let you just gain that gift from within. He's sharing it with y'all on your outer man, the gift that he have within. You get what I'm saying? So just imagine you as a giver going into the body of Hamashiach as a giver. That can be that you can give yourself away because you want to just give everybody what y'all want you to give to them. One might need you to help them here and help them do this and help you do this. And you are always there to give your time, your energy, your space, your heart, and your mind to the body of Hamashiach. You see how well Yah created the body of Hamashiach? He put everything he that makes up himself. A giver. Just imagine. The Father told me, how old was I? 49? I think I was 49. And I was in my place on the floor crying. And I was just hooping and hollering and acting silly. And I was saying to the Father, why did you create me like this? Just like I talked when I was a little girl. Why is it that I'm a giver? I'm a giver. Just boo-hooing and boo-hooing and boo-hooing. And I want you to hold firm to what I'm about to say. He that said that she that says she's a giver, hold firm to that. Now watch this. So I'm in this place and I'm crying and I'm acting a fool. And you know why I'm acting a fool? I'm feeling that thing. That means I'm not in the flesh. I'm in that spirit feeling that thing. And I'm just so hurt. I'm just trying to come to the altar of the Most High God. Why do you have created me to constantly keep giving? Why am I a giver, Father? Why? No, and I always recognized that no one ever gave to me. Nobody ever gave to me. And I recognized that at that age, I'm like saying, wait a minute. Nobody ever give me. I have always been the giver. Always. And I'm crying out to the Father, and I'm so silly with giving. I am so silly with giving. People, when people walk up to you and ask you something, some people's hearts so rotten, so evil, and so unjust, so unrighteous, their heart's so ugly, they think it's a crime to give somebody if they ask. They think it's a crime because somebody on the streets, they might ask you, oh, well, ma'am, I don't have nothing to eat. Can you give me $1? You don't give nobody no dollar. By righteous, you don't give nobody $1. Why? Because this person is saying, I want some food. You either give them something for that week or even that day. Give them something way beyond what they asking. Because you got the picture, you represent the Most High God. And if he's going to show up and show out among people, and you his representative, you got to not go just at the limit of what they say. Oh, I'm hungry. Can you spare $1? No, here go $45. Get you something to eat for this week. And I always say a prayer. Why? Because it can be them today and me tomorrow. Guess what? It can be them today, my kids tomorrow. It can be me today, my mother tomorrow. So, but people don't think like that. This is why I told you, you got so high level of wickedness out here. It is off the chain. And the main wickedness is waiting to go to Mount Zion. They better prepare for the grave, baby, because you ain't going nowhere. Because y'all, the way he's dealing with me today, a lot of them ain't going to make it nowhere but to that grave. And when you make it to that grave, guess what? When the judgment comes, you ain't making nothing but to the lake of fire. See, people think he playing. That's his message today. Truth is an enemy to this world. So when you saying giver, he was telling me, and I asked the Father why. Do you know what? He said, he spoke to me so openly. He said, Deborah, do you know what a giver is? I said, it's me. And I don't know how not to. And there I ain't nobody never gave to me, but why do I have to be so sick? I'm ill. And I was telling him, oh, and you know, the Father told me, but Deborah, you me, I'm you. And I thought, you know, wait a minute, is this me talking and feeling this way? He said, no. He said, that's who I am. I'm a giver. I'm a give and gave. That's what he told me. And that's how I learned at 49 that love wasn't the word for who he is. It was give and gave. You see what I'm saying? So even though when you look at it, it tells you the greatest thing is charity. The Roman Catholic put charity. That's why they got Roman Catholic charity of the whole world. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Yes, Roman Catholic charity, because they put that behind there so you can be fooled that they are the righteous one. They are the one that give and gave, and they are the number one given and gave to people on this earth. They are. At the same time, they are the wickedness on this earth. So when he said to me, he taught me give and gave, that's a part of who he is. And you, girl, let me tell you, it felt so good. So if you say that you are a giver and you like to give, hear from Yah to tell you what he told me. He said he is give and gave. Everything he's done, it was based on giving and gave. Everything. And they thought they were being smart, putting love in there. It's give and gave. Give and gave is the heart of Yah. It is the heart of Yah. So if you're feeling that way, it's because that's who he is. And he allowed you to be partaker of who he is. So that's why that gift is legit. And not only that, let's flip it into spiritual, because everybody think give and gave is as it is in the natural. Remember, I was talking about the tools. Giving gave, and being a giver in the natural represent the giver in the spirit. So let's say that now you come into the body of Hamashiach. We going into the church, the whole body of Hamashiach. Christ is the head, which Hamashiach is the head, and we going in there. Do you know, you being a giver, that means you can stand just like the helper, just side by side with it, side by side, because you can give your time. You can give your advice. You see, you can give a helping hand. If they had it, if the body of Christ had a real church, you can help in every auxiliary that exists, because you can give all that you are. And it don't mean, in the spirit realm, it don't mean finances. Yah show us who we are in the gift that he has rested in us by showing us who we are on the outside based on who we are on the inside. That's why I say you got some of the rottenness heart. And I'm so grateful to have him in me to let me know that. Because see, even though I use the gift that he's given me, but it get lost, because I think it's that fleshly impact in me that allow me to give people the chance on a chance on a chance. And y'all said today, truth is an enemy to this world. Leave those enemy alone and ride on truth. That's what you're down there for. So that's what I wanted to say about that gift. So that's a beautiful gift. And I want you to go in to the biblical, and you go in there and you look and you say to your phone or your laptop, give and gave in the KJV. And then you'll sit and say, but that's what I said I am. And you'll see how give and gave represents the creator. So if you're feeling that, it's because he gave you something that he has in him. He poured it out in you. And he'll allow you to recognize it. That's why you can speak it. He'll allow you to recognize it because it's what you feel in your flesh, not knowing that it came from a spiritual realm. You see? So that's why I was saying to you all, if he said something about a body of Hamashiach, truly, where is the unity in it? Where is it at? And just imagine how all of us playing our role that he has given us in the spirit realm to be in the body of Hamashiach, what that would look like. Y'all gonna straighten that mess up in Mount Zion. So whoever do make it, he gonna straighten that mess up. Everybody gonna be where they supposed to be. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's what I was telling her. It's one of the same. Yes, it is. It is one of the same. So it bounces off of each other. Yeah. We are talking about our gifts. What is our spiritual gift we feel that Yah has poured out in us? That means it's a gift. And I'm so glad to hear y'all gifts because they are so legit. They are so in the body of Hamashiach. These are not gifts that's not in the body. They're in the body of Hamashiach first because that's the way Yah formed the body. But they pour it out in our natural, and we can be able to say what our gifts are. So easy because we know this is how we feel in our flesh about our gifts, to where it's poured out. Like David, not David, like Peter. He told him he was going to be a fisherman of men. And yep, that's what he did. He made him a fisherman. No, he told him Peter was a fisherman. He told him he was going to make him a fisherman of men. And that's what Yah does. You know, like I told you, I'm a person that can cook up some food. And I look at the word being the food. So I figured I can cook up that word. That ruach in me, give me that word, and I cook that bad boy up. You see what I'm saying? So I look at that like that. And I have for many years because I cook professional. Ooh. For many years. It's another thunderstorm that is said to be in this area again. And it was like that earlier today. Now they're talking about another one, but they don't know what's going on. They ain't got nothing coming. So we're just talking in this this video with the gifts that we know that the Father has instilled in us. And I want to talk about that one that I don't talk about as much. And I know I have mentioned it to you all, and I'm going to tell you something. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it come from. I know it's there, and I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to use it, but to use it. Okay. So what I'm about to tell you as far as one of my gifts, I want you to tell me, what do you think? What would you say that in this situation, how and what would be a better way to use the gift? Because honestly, when I'm saying this to you all, I don't know how to use it. I'm actually saying it because I feel that way. And because I feel that way, surely before the day is over or before the early morning hour, the Father is going to tell me how to apply it. Okay. So the gift is this. When I'm around people, or even if I'm not around them, I learned that in the last probably 10, 15 years, no, longer than about 10, 15 years, that I don't even have to be around people, but I can hear them and what they're saying. And I use that to know how to deal with people. And I can't seem to put it in the right, at least I don't think I am. I might be doing what I'm supposed to do, but it's hard to put it together to It's hard. It's a gift that you can't use as a lie, you see. So you want to know how to use it. And you know what? It's such a powerful gift. I can think somebody and I can hear their thoughts. I can hear their words. Mhm. And I was thinking of that today because I was saying to the Father, what is somebody gonna do with this? How must I what am I to do with this? You see what I'm saying? Because it makes you, by you being flesh too, it seems as if it's hard to balance, to put in right perspective, because you don't want the mind of the flesh having its thoughts and then the mind of the spirit revealing to you what is being said. So it's like a battle there with me, not wanting to exercise uh, the information, not wanting to exercise the information that I feel in my inner man that I'm hearing. Okay. I don't want to exercise it. I just want it to go away in a sense, because to me, I really, if I entertain it, it's like it won't go away. It's like, and I remember for years, my ex-husband used to say to me, but you know, you hear what everybody thinking and everybody saying. Not everybody, but he was just saying those that I'm around and those that I might think of and I can hear. And I sit back and I say, that's some sort of gift, because it's not something that man, nothing on this earth can challenge. It's nothing that on this earth that can really define or make sense of it. So I know it comes from a place, and I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth of it. Sometimes I wonder, is it better to deny that it's there than to accept it? Because to deny it is better to deal with than to accept it and let it reign in my living and have and feel that it's no purpose for it. It's no purpose for me to know the thoughts and the words of others. You see what I'm saying? That's how I see it in the flesh. So that's why I think, and I was saying that it holds how would I say it? It to me it's something that I'm battling, and I don't know how to shake it, and I don't know how to put it in the proper order, because it just seems like it's all over the place. You see what I'm saying? And you're trying to make sense of it, but you don't want to take it out of the realm of the spirit. You want to leave it where the gift is at, but you find yourself not knowing how to measure it in the natural, because it is a gift of the spirit, but you don't know how to measure it in the natural. You don't know if you should say something or you should not say something, or how you shall feel about it. A lot of times my kids never knew why mom would say things and why mom would know things. It's because it's a constant being able to read thoughts and minds and so on. So that's why when you hear me talking about, you got these prophets and these prophetess, especially these prophetess talking about vision and dream, they need to sit their tails down. I mean, like for real, set your tails down. Because before you can get into dreams and vision, he said that he would pour out his spirit upon your daughters and sons, and they shall prophesy. Prophesy is the work of the Holy Spirit. It is not a work of a gift without the Holy Spirit. It is a gift with the Holy Spirit. And when we tell you how, full of the Holy Spirit. You cannot go around prophesying in the order of Peter and what the day of Pentecost was saying. That's what he poured out. The day of Pentecost, he poured out his spirit, and his spirit came with power. It first came with spirit, power, teaching you all things, revealing things to you, showing you things to come. Both of those line up with prophecy. But how are you going to have the prophecies without the Holy Spirit? Sit down. And I sit back and have to endure and long suffering that all these fools on this earth run and chase all of that sort of mess and nonsense. That's why the Father said, Deborah, truth is an enemy to this world. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but I done swallowed it. And I swallowed it without water. Yeah. I believe it because it fits so into today. Oh, it fits like a fitted shoe on this earth. Truth is the enemy to this world. So don't look for the world to take on my truth, because they are an enemy to me. And if they are an enemy to me, know that they are an enemy to you. Hello. So that gift that was one of the gifts that I have. And maybe I don't know where I'm going to do the study. I just think it's just something that the Holy Spirit might have to really break down to me on Sabbath. That's when he come in and give me, and I like that. But because knowing how, I still don't know how to put it under the right perspective, in the right order. So that's the gift that I have that I don't understand not all the forwardness of how to put it in the right perspective. Okay. Someone says discerning spirits. Jesus did the same thing with his disciples. Yeah. Should have had the same gift. Yeah, that's what he was just saying. Study how Yeshua used it. I wonder, I never maybe I never read it. But both of you all says there, I got to go into it and see if I see the way and how. And it's not a gift that should be boast or put up on a pedestal, because it comes with so much long suffering, so much endurance to know these things. And you wonder, what is it for me to know it? That's what I be saying all the time. What is it for me to know it? But it's a heavy, it's one of the most heavy things that I have ever experienced in my whole living, y'all. In my whole living. And I even thought about speaking on it just to reveal the gift itself. Just tell people what I can hear them say. I even thought of it like that. But I'm like, if y'all wanted to give me this gift, what will be the purpose? It has to first rest in the spirit realm to be used toward the natural. So I don't know if it's just a tool that he's given me for protection, to know what I'm in the midst of or what I go around. That could be it too. But it's a gift that so much great suffering and endurance, because you can know something and you go in and trying to explain to someone this, and then all of a sudden they begin to see you as an enemy because you tell them the truth. And that's what a lot of people might not understand. This gift come with telling the hidden truth. You see, But it's like people are not ready to know that you know how to know what you know, how to speak on when they're not even really ready to face their own truth, you know? Oh, yes, I remember that. That's what you said. That's why he was their enemy. But I'm glad you said that because I'm going to really dig in tonight into that and get that comfort of knowing that. See, this is probably how you must understand that it wasn't something that was never heard of, Deborah. You know, because that's how I feel. I feel like, well, I wonder what we do with this. How we are to do, what are we to do with this? How would you do it in the realm of the spirit? I don't know. But I'm going to look into that because I never really, honestly, like y'all might think that because you hear me quoting this Bible, that Sister Deborah really get in it and read it. No, she don't. When he called me with the holy calling to a prophetess, I got in that book day and night. Wouldn't get out. And he had tipped, what are you doing? He stopped me, y'all, like the third night. Because, y'all, I didn't fix dinner. I didn't feed the kids in the morning. I just was eating it. And he stopped me and he said, Deborah, what is it you're doing? I said, Father, I must eat. I must eat. You said that I am a prophetess. I must eat of this word so that when they ask me what I said the Most High, I know how to respond. You know what he told me? He said, but who told you to do that? I said, but don't I need to know in case they ask me? He said, no, you don't. He said, I'm your teacher. I live in you. You don't need to study like most people need to do to deceive others. Greater is me in you, Deborah, than he that's in the world. I am the word. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all can talk all day and night. But when it all said and done, you got to know him for him. Not for you, but for who he is. And that's something that people ain't ready for. Okay, you said Matthew's is one in Matthew's. Is that? Yeah, in Matthew's 9. Okay. You know, so it's a hard pill. And when he told me that, y'all, I ain't lying, y'all, for 3 days. I wasn't going to bed. I was in that word morning, night, because I wanted to master this thing until he told me that. And then when you come to the knowledge that the Ruach HaKodesh that lives his Holy Spirit in you is the word, then you'll wonder, did not he say that he would come and live in you and teach you all things? So what are you looking for on the outside? If great is he that's on the inside of you and teaching you all things from that level, what are you looking on the outside for? You see, it all makes sense. And boy, he got me with that. He said, I didn't tell you to do that. Y'all, I'm telling you, he disciplined me. The Father do. He disciplined me all the time. Not all the time, but he do. And here it is in Matthew chapter 9 and verse 4. And Yeshua, knowing their thoughts, there it is, said, wherefore thinketh ye evil in your heart? So, you know what? So I started to do that, but I held back. I started to do that today. And I'm not kidding you, to approach someone and say that. And I held back. I wouldn't, this approach is probably the righteous approach. Ain't no probably, but it could be the righteous way of doing it. That's why the gift was given, so you can do it in the proper order. When I'm thinking, you have to be very cautious in the way you approach situation, unless it comes so heavy like it does. And then not only that, especially if it comes to you 2 and 3 times saying the person the same thing. You see? So I'm glad you showed me that. I'm glad you said that. Let me see my highlighter. So I need to go into that and see that. But then you're trying to figure out. And I think another problem with us as humans, we don't accept the power of the Holy Spirit. It comes to help us, and we don't want it to help us to like it come to help us. We don't think that the help is really that necessary, or it's really legit as we should. You see, and it comes to show us how to do the things in the proper order of how it was. It once was done. So I thank you for that verse. That's really good. Yeah, it really is. So I'm going to, not only that, I'm going to just, because it says in Matthew chapter 12, verse 25, it refers you there. Let me see if I can see that. And Sister Deborah, I know I've been at 25. No, this one here said, until every kingdom divided itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And I believe that. You hear that, child? That's another thing I need to teach on. It says in Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25, and Yeshua knew their thoughts. There it is again. You see that? And it says, he said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house, you see what he said? You see how he said it? City, kingdom, city, and house divided against itself shall not stand. So our mental state of mind is, since we are the light, this house gonna stand. It's gonna be this, and it's gonna be, and it's okay that, because as long as you the light, that's the only way it's going to stand. But it's going to hold up. But he letting you know it shall not stand. You see the denial we have within ourselves. And one would think that Sister Deborah is preaching against something. No, I ain't speaking against no household, no kingdom, no city, no community, no workplace, no neighborhood. I'm speaking truth. People refuse to accept that a house got either lights in it or it either got darkness in it. Most have both. And if it does, you have to, the light has to work among the darkness just to balance it. You see, the light still has to work among the darkness just to balance the household. Ain't that deep? And when we tell you something that I'm thinking why I'm saying that, look how much you have to endure. Look how much you have to long suffer. And that's just not you. Me too. No matter how much darkness around me, in the midst around me or come around me, I still have to maintain what? The light. And not buckle down to the darkness. But not ridicule the darkness. You ain't gonna win. Not like that. Just be the light and let that light shine. You don't have to go using judgmental. You don't have to go telling them that you are the darkness, you are the evil one, you are Satan, and you're the demons. All of that is not necessary. They already know who they are because they know who you are. Many of us that's in the light have no idea. Darkness know who we are. We just too ignorant to accept who they are. They 100% know who we are. How do they know? Spirit. By the Spirit do they know. That's why people are fighting these battles all in this world, killing each other, doing all kind of wicked and nasty things to each other. Why? Because they feel they can do it to the flesh. Because to the spirit, that's a different thing. Why you think they doing all this, cutting these babies' heads off, drinking blood and all that? They doing it because they think they doing it to the flesh. But they don't understand the penalty that they're going to pay for is because what they did to the spirit. That's what a lot of people are into, breaking a person's spirit. Because they think they won you over to Satan if they can break your spirit. Did y'all know the reason why they take those innocent blood? Because they think they gain in their spirit. They think they getting their energy in their spirit if they do it to the innocent. Now, how are you gaining anything that way? because they feel they got the power to take their lives. I got the power to do what I want to these kids. All of these Middle Eastern location, they's the nasty of the nasty. They running around here feeling that girls being born don't have no legit. Now, see, this is why that what I told y'all in Genesis, that's why that was so sick. I told y'all that's why I was so sick. And that's why it's sicker today than it was yesterday. Because today they look at the value of little girls, little boys as well, but they look at the little girls, women, as less as living. They shouldn't even be living. And their bodies is only there for them to practice whatever they want to practice them for. Even the babies, we can steal their soul. We can steal their energy if we chop their head off. And we can put people in fear and kill them in fear. And we're going to gain their spirit. That's how they think. That's the way they rumble, y'all. And nobody walk around and say nothing. See, nothing wrong with nothing. You can't even bring truth out without somebody being ignorant around it. But the moment you bring the lies, oh, yeah, all about it. So it is what it is. And Sister Deborah say, I didn't mean to keep you out for 3 hours. Sister, yes. I know that's right. If he leads you to do it, do it. I know that's right. Satan is divided against Satan. Mm-hmm. You know where that said at? That's it. That's in Matthew 24, verse 7. Kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. That's what that is. People against people, authorities against authority, races against races. All that. That's what all that is. And that's why I say, if Judah is out here doing just like everybody else, how is it that we are to see Judah to be anything? Only way you can cap that off by understanding that there's two Judah, there's two Israel, the spiritual one and the flesh one. That's the only way you're gonna be able to cap that off. You can't let Judah be out here doing everything the world is doing and then and make it okay and say they going to the kingdom. Come on now. We better, now I ain't gonna say we better wake up, because ain't nobody, he said ain't time to wake up, it's time for them to sleep, because that's what he gonna put them to sleep. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all. This was a wonderful message, and I thank the Most High for giving it to me, because this was a truly a message from the Most High Yah. And he was feeling me because I was writing this little book to my daughter, and he was helping me to write it. And when I was done, I decided to kind of clean up, and I end up in the water, and he began to teach me some things. But the first thing he said to me in the water, truth, Deborah, is an enemy to this world. And when he said that, I said, oh, praise the Most High Yah, because it brought closure. It was like a comforter. He knew what I was thinking, and he brought comfort to assure me that truth is an enemy to this world. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I say unto you, I will, and I shall be back. Shalom and shalom.